Yeah, busted.
I dealt with this up on 424 Greenwood Street, okay? And I can speak this because Charlie, basically, he had a lease for a woman at the place, right? And it was drawn up fraudulently because she was lost her welfare and her boyfriend was living there. So there was actually a second lease, and I had copies of both of them in front of me. So I know that not everything's on the up and up with that. So that's why I struggle with when I see a lease. I mean, literally, I had people tell me, yes, this was fake, this is so I can keep my welfare, but this is the real one. And then I have people doing the same thing as this, saying, hey, this is this, and it was the same label. So that's why I struggle with, hey, I don't know what to enforce. If I was to paper, that's what I'm doing.
So let me ask you this.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand. Okay. So let's just say hypothetically, I go to a car lot, right? And I'm leasing this vehicle.
Leasing is different than buying.
Right, they're leasing. So let's just say I want to go do a lease, a 3-year, 36,000 mile, whatever the case may be, right? And I decide to wake up the next day and just bring the car back and say, hey, here's your car, I don't want it.
Good luck with that.
And then a week later, I just come back and say, hey, matter of fact, I changed my mind, I want the car back.
Okay. Well, when you go try to take the car back and you say, hey, I was just kidding, they're going to say, hey, read the small print. They're not going to let you take the car back, is what I'm saying.
So what's the difference between that and here? Once a tenant says
that contract that hear me out. What I'm saying is when you write that piece of paper and you sign it saying, hey, this is a 36-month contract, and you go back the next day and say, hey, here you go, what are they going to say? They're going to say, bullshit. You signed this 36-month contract. That's what's valid. And that's what he's got. He's got the leasing stamp saying, hey, no, I'm good until 2022. So when you sit here and say, well, 2 days later, you wouldn't get to 2 days later. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? That's the way I understand it. But like I said,
I mean, my job is just
I know
it's over to these properties to make sure they get done.
And I'm not mad at you, and I'm not mad at him.
That's my job. It's just, like, just, and this, all this does is it puts me behind schedule.
I get it.
It makes my life that much more
It
difficult.
does. And so I feel for you, but I feel for this guy too. Because I know his wife's pregnant. So I've come
Right. Yeah.
So I feel bad if they're gonna put him out, and I just want to know what's legal. You know what I mean?
No, nobody put him out, but I also understand their point
But
of
if
view
I'm
because.
but what you're saying is you want him out of the house now, so that is putting him out. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I don't want them out of the house, but at the same time, it's like I have a job to do.
I understand.
My job is to take care of these properties, okay? So when a tenant comes and says, hey, we don't want to live here no more, we give you your money back, you just can't come back a month later and say, hey, after some people already moved in, and say,
but I don't know the legalities of it. And like I said, I want to make sure that I do my job correctly and figure out what the legal right is. And the problem is, like I said, I've seen these contracts where literally it's signed by the same person, and then a new one got drawn up to suit somebody's needs in the afternoon. And so I struggle with that. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem honest in a lot of ways. But, you know, I'm not here to judge that situation. I just want to know where we stand. Because ultimately a civil eviction goes to the sheriff's department. It's not a police matter. You see what I'm saying? So we're the police department. But I don't have all the answers because when it comes to civil things, we don't deal with it, right? That's the sheriff's department. So I want to make sure that the sheriff's department. Well, no, because this is a property dispute, right? So you're talking about could it be criminal if things are right? If things are stolen, then it is a criminal issue. What we're trying to focus on now is who has legal right to be here, and then we'll go from there, right? Because if they say you have the right to put it out, then you have different rights as far as moving the property. Make sense? So we got to figure out who has legal right to this, and then we can.
I mean, look at it. Like, I mean, I was here the day they signed the lease. You know, I was here. I was like, I've been pretty much through all the right. That is my job. My job is again, my job is to oversee all the properties. That's what I do. Okay? So if something is not going, you know, if a tenant comes and wakes up, I mean, again, I see his point of view because you know this place does have its issues. Okay? So issues you can't see during the day, they only come out at night. So I'm not disputing that. Okay? So they, you know, if they would have said, hey, you know what, all we want is to fix the problems, you know, that's one thing. But when you say we don't want to live here, and you send text message that Charles has sent me back and forth saying that they want to terminate their lease, that's involuntary saying we want to terminate this lease. And Charles has sent me.
I understand, but I don't know the legality. Like I said, people can say all the time, hey, I don't like this shithole, I want to leave. That doesn't terminate the lease. I know. So here you guys. When my supervisor gets here, let me go and talk to him directly. Okay, don't go up and start running because I want to be able to show them what we got and then let them make a decision. Is that fair? I just don't want it to get out of hand. And when Charlie gets here, just keep him quiet, please. You know what I mean? Because we want to do things legally and fairly. Fair enough? I have a picture. And that's fine. I got what I need right here. Okay.
I mean, you got the pieces together.
Well, I'm not worried about that. I see this term of lease and I have the dates and I have the signatures on everything.
But what if there's but again, your words read the fine print, right? So what if somewhere in that fine print is something about them?
Can you produce a lease for me that shows in the fine print that you can take back over?
Exactly.
Because that's what bothers me. You as a management company, you can't produce any lease. That bothers me. You know what I mean? Because if I go to Foxfire Apartments right now and I walk in and I say, hey, Mr. Campbell is disputing his property. Let's see the lease. What are they going to do? They're going to go to their file cabinet. They're going to pull it out and hand it to me, right? But you're saying that you're acting as an agent of Charlie, and you can't produce anything for me. That's. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
that doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
And it makes things difficult.
Right.
So what I would tell you is, and I'm not being.
And that's the only problem dealing with private landlords. You know,
Sure. No, I understand. But what I would suggest to you, I could get a hold of Sonny Wilson or Terry Cole or a lot of the other property managers that own all kinds of properties in the north end. I can tell you, I can call 1740 Salem right now, and I can talk to a lady named Patty, and I can say, hey, Patty, I'm at this house. Who's on the lease? She'll get it to me like that. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, that makes things difficult when you say, hey, I don't have anything. It makes things really hard. Okay, so going forward, what I would recommend is to say, hey, Charlie, let's make sure, give me access to a database to where when an officer wants it, hey, here's my dispute, here's this, we figure it out. Because then we don't get into this. You see what I mean? So that's just my suggestion.
I mean, he works how he works. You know.
I understand.
My job is ultimately
you're stuck in the middle.
Come here, make sure the properties are in good condition, and you know, as in Charlie.
Shift command has arrived.
That's my responsibility.
You're right, and I'm not taking sides by any means. You know that. I'm just trying to give you some advice. It makes sense.
What's going on?
You doing good?
The civil life.
It is.
Always.
We've been doing this a while, right?
What's up, Daniel, M Star, Joseph, Dan, Bailey, Yeah, that cop's always decent with me. Jingy, Red Eye, John. Shenanigans, Joseph, Johnny. Richard, Judd, Panda, Dan, Ohio Kyle, Banana, Chris Miller. That's right. Chris knows what's up. I didn't hear who the Charlie is they're talking about. Do you know who that is, Chris? Dietz used to own a bunch of property, but I don't know. That was 20 some years ago, though. What's up, Dwayne? Sci-fi. P-Tie, Marty, Hagar, Amber. Nothing. Tenant landlord stuff, civil matter that the police shouldn't be involved with, but oh, I see that. So they got the shift commander, the supervisor, I assume he's a sergeant, lieutenant, showed up. What's up, Nate? Josh, another day. Mr. Monkey. West Side. Little Red, Champ, Funkbone, Fresno, Monique. I agree, Monique. Pretty much until they get out. They can say, oh, I'm leaving, but until they actually leave, ain't nothing changed, you know. What's up, Terry? See what the supervisor says. What's up, Mama Love, Zero, Monkey? They get everybody, Curtis? Michigan. John. Landlord called on him. Yeah, I think so. Because I think he said he wanted to move out. And then now he's saying he's not moving out. And so it doesn't matter. You can tell your landlord you're going to move out. If you don't move out, you're still under the lease. It doesn't matter what they say. So your brother should be good. And these cops can't do shit anyways, no matter what. It's a civil matter. What's up, Indy Dan? Popping people.
I already did explain it to him. Okay. Well, I don't know. I told him that he was making the decision, but I thought that my explanation was good. How you doing?
Howdy.
I did all right job explaining it, didn't I?
I think so. I'm familiar with it. I mean, that's what I did before.
It's frustrating. I get it's frustrating on both sides.
Construction and real estate, so I'm pretty familiar with it.
Yeah. So you know how it is.
Yeah.
But nobody's happy with us. I'll let you report. Sorry to bother you.
You're all good, man. Anytime.
Unless they write up a new contract to have him removed, and he agrees to it. Correct, but he would have to sign on that contract. He would have a legal binding contract. And that's,
But you see what he just said. He just told you he asked to be terminated from his contract.
correct.
And they received their money back.
But it was still never legally binding. It is still legally binding contract. So if both parties agree, we have paperwork of that legally binding contract that he wants out, then that's a legally binding contract. Right now you have one legally binding contract. That makes sense. It means he has the right to sue at this time. That's how we see it. A lot of people think it's wrong, right? You don't know if there's a lot of this that like we should work on his organization on how he handles himself properly. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. See, the landlord gave the guy, the tenant, his deposit back. So, because they said they were moving out.
Text messages fall in the legal realm of contractual
So that part's kind of. Landlord's supposed to be on the way too.
I'm on the lease, I'm staying here, I'm fixing it.
So as far as that goes, there was a futon that was in the back.
Okay. And it was, so you guys didn't take the property and, take it away from him, stop it, use the property. It was approved because you guys thought you were that. Right, correct, right. But you didn't, because the owner of the property didn't have the proper steps to actually.
Right, but again, my
So
job
once you do an eviction and all that, then absolutely, you guys have the right to do that, but that process hasn't been done. So you guys are probably going to be liable for, civilly, liable for the value of his property.
So what, a $20 fold-up futon metal plate or something?
Whatever so what he does is he presents to a judge. Okay, so Judge Judy is basically what the civil court is. Okay, he would present to Judge Judy and say the value of my futon was $15. Okay, and they would say, okay, we agree to that, and then yes, you would have to purchase, or you would have to pay him $15 or provide him with that futon back. I mean, because some property, some landlords we have where they'll take the property out and they'll put it in like a storage unit for a period of time. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but I've seen that before because they're still liable for that type of property. Okay, so it's the value of the property or the actual property.
Right, so no, what I'm saying, it was placed in the back. It wasn't placed in the trash.
Yeah.
So what I did was I went in the back, I removed everything that was back there.
Right.
Because from my
So it's
understanding,
probably put out on the road and then it got taken.
Exactly.
I mean, we didn't put it on, we put it back there.
I understand you did.
Yeah.
So it was in the
And he knew
backyard.
that that's what we slept on. Yeah, it's all fenced in and everything, and we put it on the back.
It's on your property.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we knew we had to sleep on it, we said we were coming back, we just wouldn't get the boat out, and they come in
As I said, I think you have a very good civil.
I just wanted to make sure that I'm not gonna pick
a civil case over a futon.
It can be. Absolutely. You can sue
Listen,
over,
I don't care about
you
the
can sue over anything now.
I care about the property. My name.
So, and right now, technically, his name's on the property, so has access to the property. If he wants to file a civil suit against you guys, he can for $50. That is his right, okay? Now, you guys also have the right to violate lease agreements and all that. You guys can file for eviction of the property, right? And then if he doesn't want to write up the contract, or if he leaves and you guys go finance, like the property, the leasee and the owner, and that's legal binding contract, okay? That's what I'm saying, okay? All right? So right now, he has access.
Also, there's still, I just work from there. He's like 5 minutes away, man. It's just like,
And I'll explain the same thing to him. I don't know, as I said, the organization of, if you own properties, you need to,
On the lease, it says I'm supposed to be given 24 hours notice if we live in the house.
that is pretty standard.
I think that is, I know that.
And that will begin, right?
What do I do then if I come over here and people do your work?
All else you have to move, but then most likely they're going to be.
I would hope so.
So, yeah.
I was worried about this issue.
The owner's problem, they're responsible to let you know in time that they're going to come over to your door. Unless you call them for immediate service.
so when they tell us, so if they tell us that they want to terminate the lease, we give them their money back. We say, here's $850 out of $1,000. So we still have to call them and say, hey, just so you know, we're going over here.
Hey, what's that? What is the tobacco use? Our supervisor here is chewing tobacco in front of the public. What is that policy number?
Then he still has ownership. He has a lease here, he has a contract saying
For City of Lafayette policy
you have to call and let him know that you're coming over.
for their police
I'm guessing
department.
when you call, he would have said, no, you're not, because I'm still saying.
The guy was nice. Should I call him out on it or not?
He would have probably said, no, I'm still with you. Does that make sense? So, and as I said, I don't own property, my dad owns a property, but, it sounds like there needs to be some other steps, because obviously you're put in the middle. That's tough. And I'm not frustrated, but that's frustrating for you because you're in the middle, man.
Because I'm already like a week behind on shit, man. It's like, I have to deal with this on a routine basis,
So I hate to say it, but that's your employer's issue. Your employer's not.
Not to interrupt the sergeant here, but what I tell you, I said, you've got to talk to Charlie and figure out, say, hey, if you're going to run business like this without contract, without receipts, and not give me anything, it's real hard for me to stop. It's real hard to prove anything. Because think about if you go to court
we got everything in text message, you know. So it's
So
not.
the text where you gave him his money back and he's gone.
Oh, I'm sure it's not a problem.
I mean, I'm happy to. It doesn't change anything, but once again, I don't know that the text message is legally binding. I know we live in 2021, right? But if I'm gonna,
That's up to the judge.
yeah, if I'm gonna move into a house, I'm not gonna move into a house or buy a car with a text message. You know what I mean? It's you're gonna have to control. Yeah, I'm happy to take a look at it. We obviously have body cameras, got some documents. Hey, and in the call note, that you showed me where he agreed, you can show me the owner of the phone that you sent that to, because that's what you get into now.
I understand that. That's why I said
I mean-
wait till Charles here because he don't have the number. He just got here.
And you run into the fact, you know, is it a legal binding contract? He's intoxicated when he backed up.
How do you know it was him on the other
Correct.
end?
So I know that sounds stupid, but you laugh about it, but it's so true.
Because you're gonna
a
go to
legal
court.
binding
Charles out here.
contract.
Here's Charles.
Because yeah, you're gonna go to court and they're gonna say, how do you know he was on the other end? How do you
No, it's
know
this guy. It's an Asian
he was
dude.
not the recipient? How do you know he wasn't intoxicated? How do you know?
He used to call me to do work on his shit, and I'm like, no thanks. I refuse to do work on this guy's property.
I mean, it's his property. He's in charge of all this.
I went to a couple and was like, no. I met him and I'm like, no thanks, man. No, thank you. Back is 603.3.4. Okay. And I've been in real estate and construction in this town for over 20 years, so I know majority of everybody and all property owners as far as like rentals and things like that. And so I forgot about this guy. He's like, you don't carry the copy of the lease with you everywhere you go? He's like, I do have it. This other cop is 401. Jason M. Schatzer. He's the Charlie Brown cop that pulled me over at the, whatever you call it, Circle K.
Where's your copy? Where do you keep your copy? On your computer? Do you have access to
And I
it?
still got court. My pre-trial's the end of the month, and my trial's mid next month for that.
I didn't know if you looked at your contract before you came over.
No, I don't have that. I want to look at
But you have the same contract, yes or no? You would have given the lease sheet. You wrote up a different contract. Where is the different contract? So where is the right terminated? You would have that in your record, is that correct? You don't have a written termination? Okay. And on your,
See if I can get closer.
okay. And there was no other written out contract that said it was terminated that you both agreed upon, other than just, I'm leaving. And just a text. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the legal binding contract. I just, I believe you about the text message. Right.
They moved out. That's
I don't know if it's out. It sounds like he's still living here. This is why we're here, because he's saying he has a lease to live here, and there's a and you went through the eviction process to violate. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, so
Normally agreed, I would turn back.
so he got angry and said, I want to leave, and you're like, fine, and you ripped it up, and then the next minute he's like, no, I want to leave. I still have a lease.
Why not? I'm sorry, like that.
I haven't spoken to him much, but as of then,
Did I give her
This
money
thing-
back?
Yes.
and what I'm asking
is really the best. They said they want to see the time like the auto office. I said, you can, if they're doing the termination, you guys want to call me right away.
okay, so you do have a form for a termination lease. He wants you to sign it, but you haven't done it. Is that what you're telling me?
Sign it.
Okay. Do you have one with you? And to see if the lease, so the lease person can sign it, and the owner can sign it, and then we're all done, and then it's a termination, an actual termination, exactly what we're speaking of. Okay, that is what we're asking. Otherwise, we as the law, we have to go off of the contract that is only the one that's signed by both you and him right now, and that's only the lease. Correct? So only thing signed by you and him right now is the lease. Correct? There's no termination signed by both. Is that correct? Verbally, right? Correct. So it hasn't been signed yet. We don't have anything in paper, okay, that's saying that this is that's a civil matter. What's the money? Okay, I know. So he's saying he wants to be here right now. We can't trust that. The termination, right? You both agreed, and you not, but you didn't.
And then say that I'm paying my service. Why doesn't say that? All of office, you want me to come back, they did move out. They want me to come back, give them a money.
Okay.
I did come back. All office, I didn't do that.
But the termination has not been signed by
Not
both
a
parties.
good sign. That's true.
Okay.
Because the contract is expired.
I know, and that's
I said, what's the resolution? If we can solve this today,
Okay, yeah,
and he
that's
wants
exactly
to
what the
stay,
resolution.
he has intentions of staying, so you need to formally evict him.
Listen, let's say what how we can run now. They already moved out. They know that. I can't. We told them that my name was on the
I think
lease.
this is going to fall under civil. You're going to have to evict him. And then you can present, if you want to try to go through the
Tell me
eviction.
what's the reason I give you a reason why I should evict you?
Because you don't want him here, right?
No. What's the reason I can evict?
I don't know. I don't know what your lease says. What is your reasoning? If not, he stays here until what, 2022?
The lease is already expired. It's not stated there. It's verbally both of us agreed.
So do you have your copy of the lease that I can review?
There you go,
That you and
little red. Deal with it, will you?
Okay, but I want to see your copy. You should have the same copy, right?
You got a wrench, little red. Sorry, I'm not in the chat.
So what he's saying is,
If people are being racist, toss them.
He had a copy himself, but when they asked to be terminated from the lease, he got rid of it because they were no longer on the lease. They were done. They're no longer
But there was
tenants.
no termination signed.
Let me say, guys, they can give me all the money and they can I get paid.
Correct.
Both of them, right?
But it wasn't.
No, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
People. And they moved out. They walked in on that like they did it. I'm not all.
I want to make sure everybody's walking away with their understanding.
I came here thinking that it was. I did not give them my time. I really don't have time.
absolutely think you have a great case in Judge Judy's court, which is for the civil court. That is a civil matter between you and him having a contract is a civil matter.
We have the verbal contract termination. The judge will not allow
What do you think, Brad?
I don't know.
Kind of a mess.
It is. I mean, obviously it needs to go through court, civil matter. Nothing else you can do. Either he needs the victim or he needs to make an agreement, maybe even get the deposit back.
You're asking us to
And if he wants to let him stay, it's up to him
have to go off
as the property owner.
an actual contract case. If you're wanting the
Sticky
law to
situation.
be involved,
Yep.
that's what's happening.
Not good for anybody, really.
He's wanting him to be trespassed from a place where he's on the lease.
Yeah, you can't.
We're trying to work.
Evidence would be you handed me a termination, you signed and he signed, and you both agreed for a termination. And you have a termination that you can hand me and say, look, no, he agreed on this date to terminate. And then I would say, yes, okay, you have no right here, he didn't agree.
Well, yeah, I mean, any landlord's only about money. That's why they have the properties. I mean, you know, that's why people own properties and rent them out, is to make money. You know, for them, their family, their business, whatever. I mean, that's what he's trying to do. That's what he does for a living. And that's his right. But he's, you know, trying to evict these people, trying to trespass them, you know, without doing it the proper way. It has to go through the court. You have to file for an eviction, wait for however long. It used to be 30 days. I don't know anymore. I've heard it's some weird stuff. And it's just, it's a unique situation, really. The guy shouldn't have gave his deposit back without getting something signed saying you know, have terminated this lease. Period.
I feel like you need to take this to civil court, okay? But at this point, the only contract I have is the one that you have, that you and him signed, and the contract.
I already showed it after. If you want to read that, you say, no, I don't want to read that.
Well, at this point, we're not removing him from this property. That's what this all boils down to, okay? We are not removing him from the property. He has rights to it as far as we're concerned. If you want to go to court,
I don't want to.
if you want to go to court and have it where he is officially removed, we can enforce that. What I'm saying is we're not going to enforce it.
I don't have the right to pick him at this time. He doesn't have the law. For me.
Yeah, we're not removing him. That's what I'm trying to let you know.
I just want to connected it.
I will look at it, but
Okay.
that'll
After that, I
be
will
free.
see or now
That's
following
fine.
you. Okay.
Yeah, you can do whatever you would like.
Yes, yes.
Sure. Yeah.
I just, you know, if you don't have to cut me, I have to cut that down. I just want to wait that, you know, actually, I customer said the leasing contract is expired. I just want you to know that. That's not all you know. I just want
It expired in 2022, the lease,
no,
that's correct.
that's fine. I just,
Okay. Yeah, so the lease expired in 2022.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna have to remove this stuff out here. It's more work I gotta do. So.
Is that from another unrelated?
Well, I mean, there's an upstairs unit, but I'm talking about the stuff in here, like the carpet, the refrigerator, stove, stuff like that.
So you have business.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm not a buck on the place, so like I said, I was never given any warning of anybody coming over. I was trying to buck on my name. I guess I can use that in and survey.
Like that box and stuff, and the
No,
grass,
that's the roaches.
roaches.
Yeah.
Are they still in there?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's what the problem was. The upstairs wasn't taken care of when we moved in, so they kept, you know, even though they say it's exterminator things, I don't know, but even though they weren't bad down here, every fucking night they come back down. Every time you don't bomb, they come back down and fuck the house up. They just went labor boring right back over to dirty air. Like I said, I
Yeah, yeah, we are.
You know, and I'm afraid that it's going to get stolen and I'm going to get blamed for it. Because
I mean, he has
I'm on the lease.
he's probably spent every bit of. If we was to calculate how much he spends on bug bombs, he's upwards of a few $100s, and they're $5 a 3-pack.
From foggers.
Yeah, he's upwards.
They
of
brought
a
us
few hundred.
one pack of them, and that's it. And we had messages of documenting that we only picked those up and whatnot. So one box of 6. That's it. I bought all the rest of the stuff. I mean, but I'm just worried about the stuff. They moved the fridge and the stoves in here that go to the upstairs and all the parts.
Tenants complaining about cockroaches and that kind of thing. I think they moved some stuff out to the backyard so that they could bomb, you know, the bug bombs or whatever, and put some stuff in the backyard here. There ain't much of a backyard, but put some stuff out back here, and apparently they landlord's maintenance guy has took the stuff, threw it away. He says because he thought they moved out, but
this was going to be a bad situation after we moved in. He did because he raised the price. He raised the price after we moved in. So he paid. He went ahead without talking to us and paid him. I said we ain't got to worry about it. You know, since he was the one that got us the place. So I wasn't even made aware that he changed the price. Either way, it's on the lease that we paid in full. So there's nothing else to be said. When we got the keys, it says when we got the keys, we had paid for the deposit and the first month. Right there, the lease says we already paid on it. Why? It was $1,100 total, and then he started paying after we moved in, and then $1,200, $1,300. And he's like, well, you know, that's my bad. He prorated it, whatever, blah blah blah. And now he wants to pay more. Okay, well, we looked at the lease at that point. It was like, okay, well, it says we paid for it when we received the keys. So, you know, I'm not giving him $200. And if nothing continues to get fixed, and I'm using my money and I'm keeping all the receipts and going to court, so that I can use my rent money instead. I ain't gonna pay any rent if I got to fix the place with the money. You know, I'm trying to do everything by the proper channel. Like I said, I'm out of trouble. I've been out of trouble for a year. I don't really deal with that. I got a pregnant fiance. You know, it's high risk. She can't be staying here. And I come back every day to look on this place. I come back today and shit's gone. It's new.
Prepared for 30 days from now or whatever. County sheriff comes over, they send do all that.
Yeah, no, we're trying. There's not even.
As long as that's not surprise.
Smoke detectors that aren't putting the ceiling and not hooked up, not even wiring there hooked up to. So we find this out. This ain't nothing code. We're not in the wrong here. You know? I want you to check it out and tell me what all's wrong. We've been trying. That's why I said I'm seeking legal aid. I was told I was going to get paid for this stuff. I was told for everything. Go get money off our car.
You have to take a little cash off in order to
Yeah. And then he did not ever come help with the stuff, and I did it myself.
That's where we kind of muddy the waters.
I understand. I'm not asking for money back for that.
I don't have a contract.
He wants to try to
I give you $150.
No, you're not giving. I'm going to court, man. We told you this from the beginning. If my name, if you don't sign the document right there, you know, and you wanted to come up and talk to my fiance and not talk to me while I was in the back moving, I didn't even know you were here. She was flustered. She has preeclampsia and is pregnant. She don't need to be dealing with any of this. And y'all want to approach
It doesn't
her.
sound like he's willing to make a deal, so I would go to court and see if you can resolve it in court.
Thank you.
Okay?
Absolutely.
We're not enforcing him to leave at this point. And the only written document that has your name and his name on it is the lease, which gives him the right to support.
And we need 24-hour notice if you're going to have people
That is
coming
where
into
we're
the
at.
property.
That is what we're at. Okay? That's the final.
I think it's 70. It was 72 hours notice last time I knew. You had to notify your tenant 72 hours before you could enter the property, unless it's an emergency.
You showed me text messages where he asked numerous times for proof that the
I
lease
can
was
tell the
terminated.
judge I showed you the couple.
That's fine. You can say that all you want. You can also show the judge the text messages because the judge is going to be the one that makes the decision.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. All right?
I should say you want to know.
No? Okay. All right.
I just don't want to. I need 24 hours notice before people come in here.
we're going to get on it. Okay?
it's stowed in the carpet. But I couldn't put it upstairs yet.
Put it carpet upstairs. I don't mind if it's That's okay.
Well, that was fun. Oh, I don't know, people. So, there you have it. Landlord, I don't know why they should have just came to an agreement. I don't know what he was trying to offer him. He said, I'll give you $150 or something, maybe just to leave. I don't know what he was. I didn't hear him really continue on with his offer, so so I'm not real sure. What's up?
Where do you post this stuff on?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
What's the name?
Chuck Bronson.
Chuck Bronson?
Yeah.
All right.
What was he trying to offer you?
$150
To like leave or?
to notice for to produce a paper. We asked him to sign a paper saying that I'm relinquished from responsibility of this lease.
Yeah.
You know, I was supposed to be paid to fix it. You're telling me that you're not going to give me the money. Blah blah blah. Well, he wouldn't sign it. He ripped up our lease. Wouldn't talk to me. Like I was moving shit. Came and talked to my fiance.
I mean, rip your lease doesn't do nothing but mean he don't have a copy of it
And we
now.
messaged him multiple times saying that, you know, we want proof, and then we told him we're just going to go to court because at this point we need somewhere to live.
Yeah, so he's probably going to be evicted, yeah, I would assume soon.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, we're trying to do
That'd be
everything
my
to make sure
guess.
we don't violate the lease and
Yeah.
do all the fine print, but...
Yeah. Heck, at least you already got the deposit back. That's hard to get back sometimes. You
That
didn't?
was for doing the work, he says.
Oh, so he's saying that wasn't your deposit. That was
Yes.
for doing the world, then he
Yes.
still owes
And
you a
he didn't
deposit
even, He didn't
then.
talk to me. He came and talked to my fiance when I wasn't here.
Oh.
And she's not the main leaseholder, so...
So, well, then he still owes you a deposit if everything's in order. Good luck, man. Yep. So, okay, so that makes a little more sense, I suppose. And yeah, people, we don't want people in here being racist. I know some people just want to be funny or whatnot, but let's not be racist. Please try to get along in the chat.
Can you check on that 40? His car is up here on Leatherwood.
And, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that guy has contacted me to do work for him in the past, and
94.
I went and checked out a couple properties, and I never even gave him a price just because I wasn't interested. That's my right. For some reason, that would piss people off, you know. I'd have people give me bad reviews because I show up to give them a price and then never give them a price because I wasn't interested, you know. Because either the place was nasty and I didn't want to be in it, or they were just talking some shady shit, like wanting to half-ass do stuff, and then that wasn't me either. And so I just wouldn't be interested in it. And, but yeah, people are funny out there. People are funny in this world. What's up, Nicole, Zero, Tyler? No Shortcuts, King Zombie, CM, Robert, Sav Feeds. I couldn't tell if he chucked it or not. I couldn't tell if he chucked it or if he swallowed it. I'm not sure.
Dispatch ambulance 1.
But either way, the dude was cool, so
Ambulance 1.
he gets a pass on this one. If they're cool with me, man, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? If they let me stand next to them and record, I am not going to mess with them. Because that's what's important to me. Being able to stand there and exercise my right. And because that's what it's about. I mean, that's all this is about for me. You know, the cops don't understand. The cops just think, you know, oh, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, try to say you're a cop hater and all this and that. Not really. I just want to hold the camera and, you know, talk to my friends and, you know, that's it. I don't care about anything else. If I see, you know, citizens do something crazy, I'm probably going to talk about it. If I see the cops do something crazy that I think's crazy, I'm probably going to talk about it, and that's my right to do so.
Leatherwood. I didn't see him.
But what's up, Mickey Mouse?
Kind of suspicious.
Joseph, Sailor Moon, Nicole, Texas GT, Gary, Donna, Kurt. I did a couple blocks away from here. I did a video on an eviction, and I'm pretty sure that was the same landlord too. It's been a few months back. It's on my channel somewhere. What's up, Lurch? Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Smash that like button before you leave, please. We need some more likes. Thanks everybody for watching. Freeze, motherfuckers. I'm out.